Good morning, everyone. Welcome once again to Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports. And what a weekend it was. I mean, you got maybe one of the best games in recent memory in a World Series. Game 4, Saturday night. Back and forth it went. The Rays walk off in the weirdest of ways, right? And it had to just be a crushing blow to the Dodgers. And so last night, Game 6, day off today. Wonder how will the Dodgers react after such a crushing defeat? Well, how they acted and how they reacted was they went out and licked the Devil Rays up. I mean, it was just an incredible outing by Clayton Kershaw. Lenny covered it this morning. Kershaw was not spectacular. He was gritty, and he fought. And that's all you can ask from a pitcher, is that they go out and give you the very best they have. He did. The Dodgers got ahead. The last 3 1/3 was shut down by that LA bullpen. It's now 3-2, and after that 8-3 victory last night, 4-2 victory last night, we go on to Game 3. You know, Arozarena still gets another hit last night. He only went 1 for 4, but the hit streak continued. Glasnow has just not been the dominator in the playoffs, World Series, that he was in the regular season. He did strike out 7 in 5 innings, but he gave up 4 runs and 2 homers. So now it really boils down to Tuesday night. You've got Blake Snell going for Tampa. You've got Tony Gonsolin going for LA. The Dodgers will have a fresh, if needed, Walker Buehler for Game 7. They'll also have Julio Urias. I think you'd have to look at it and say at this point, things are pointing the Dodgers' way. But look, the way the Rays have played all year, the resiliency of the Rays, do you really ever count them out? I mean, it seems like if you start to count the Rays out, about the time you do that, they bounce back and something spectacular happens. Whether it's a Arozarena or a Broussard or Wendell. I mean, it's going to be someone that you don't expect. And then they've done it all year. So it's been a great series. I'm going to have to say, for as much disgruntled as we may have been, fans and fantasy players, the way the season started and the way it was handled, I've enjoyed it. I think it's been a fun season. I think the playoffs have established the best 2 teams. I think the Dodgers and the Rays are the best 2 teams in 2020. And I think the expanded playoffs have helped resolve any issues of legitimacy. You've put more teams in. You've had more teams play in playoff games than ever before. And I like it. I think from a fan standpoint, it's more exciting, it's more interesting. And let's face it, baseball was dragging their feet. Now they've done something. I think they're ahead of the way the NBA handled it. If you looked at the ratings, NBA playoff ratings were woeful. I mean, woeful. So we'll see how Snell and Gonsolin go at it on Tuesday night. That could be the last game of the season, and then we'll be talking about what to do for fantasy going into 2021. And, you know, I was thinking last night watching the game, how will Arozarena, where will he go in the draft next year? If you're in a 10-team or 12-team draft, where does he go? Who is he ahead of? We had this discussion last year about Yordan Alvarez. And, of course, Alvarez never was a factor this year. Probably drafted high. His was injury. Now, we don't know of any, season-ending situation. We knew that Yordan Alvarez last year had knee issues. We didn't know he wouldn't play. But the way Arozarena has performed, I mean, who's better? Would you rather have Arozarena or Betts in the playoffs? I'd rather have Arozarena. Yelich. I mean, and you can say, well, Yelich is a lot better. Well, I had Yelich on my fantasy team this year, and it was awful. He was horrendous. If I had to pick between Arozarena and Yelich going into next year, give me Arozarena. I can only tell you what I've experienced. And I experienced bad. And when I have a bad experience with a player, it's hard to get that taste out of your mouth. That's just me. Arozarena has been a bolt of lightning. And I tell you what else is setting itself up. We know that the Rays have the number one international prospect in all of baseball, right? Okay? And so, as we head into 2021, we've got Arozarena, who has played just an incredible playoff end of the regular season. We've got Wander Franco, who is the number one overall prospect, who plays shortstop. And we've seen Willy Adames in the World Series, the shortstop currently, not perform. I think Willy Adames has made it fairly easy to transition into 2021 from the Adames era into the Franco era. And let me share with you, the Franco era will be here to stay for as long as Tampa can pay the salary. I mean, and now I understand why they didn't bring him up this year. They don't have to worry about service time. They'll have 7 years of Wander Franco in his prime. Where I'm going with this, Tampa's only going to get better without spending any money. Now, don't know what will happen with Charlie Morton, but look, the Rays are stacked at pitching. That's one thing they have in their farm system, if nothing else, and they have more than that. So there you go. I think the rich are going to get richer. And you're going to have the other teams who didn't make it this year as far, the Cubs, the Cardinals. How would you like to have been the general manager for the Cardinals who traded away all this great talent? I mean, what's he thinking? Here's where I'm at. I don't know who owns the Cardinals right now, but hire me to be your general manager. I'll make better trades. I can't make worse ones. I used to talk about the Pirates and the bad trades they made. Forgive me. Forgive me, Pittsburgh Pirates. Forgive me, Pirate fans. I was wrong. I shouldn't have gotten on you. I shouldn't have gotten all over the Cardinals. They've traded away such great, incredible talent. And the thing is, the Cardinals talk about we're weak in the outfield. Well, you had Arozarena, and you traded him for Liberatore. Now, I'm not saying Liberatore won't be a good player, but he was a single-A pitcher at the time. And we just don't know. Arozarena, they always knew he was athletic. I'm volunteering. Now, I want some compensation because I'm going to do an outstanding job for you, St. Louis. But you need to hire me. I can take a flight out. We can interview this week. I think you'll be impressed. And you won't be depressed over these trades. There we go. Let's talk a little fantasy football this morning on a Monday morning quarterback show. I have a fantasy team. I've told you this is my baby, I guess. I've been in this league called the Justice League, and it's judges and lawyers and 14 teams, and it's competitive. And I've won the league, and I've not won the league, but every year it's a lot of fun. And so yesterday, I'm looking at my score. I actually screenshotted my score. And late yesterday, it was horrible. My opponent didn't have a quarterback, so he goes out and picks up Derek Carr, who exceeds expectations by 5 points. He has Curtis Godwin for Tampa, who exceeds his expectations by 6.5 points. And most of all, he had Devontae Adams, who I'll mention again in a few minutes, who exceeded his expectations by 22 points. I was getting killed. He had 141 points and was done. And I'm sitting on 81. I'm 60 points behind, heading into last night. And who did I have? Well, I had Russell Wilson going at quarterback. And I had a kicker for Arizona named Gonzalez. I've also got a linebacker going tonight for Chicago, and his name is Roquan Smith. I'm becoming a huge Roquan Smith fan today. And I'll tell you why. Because my 60-point deficit after Russell Wilson scores 36, after Gonzalez scored 16, I now only need 5.5 points tonight out of Bears superstar linebacker Roquan Smith. 5.5 points. That's all I need, Roquan. I'm not asking for a lot. I look at Roquan's season rankings. 6 points in week 1. 7 points in week 2. 7 points in week 3. 11.5 points in week 4. 8.5 points in week 5. And 10.5 points in week 6. So all I'm asking is, give me the points you scored in your least productive game, 6, week 1, and I win. I'll win. Roquan, are you listening this morning? Are any of Roquan's family or friends listening this morning? Let Roquan Smith know how important he is in my fantasy league tonight as I look to go and move into second place. Down 60, I wasn't too happy. Down 5.5, or less, really 5.25. I need 5.5 to go ahead. Feeling pretty good. I got a chance. All he asks for in fantasy is a chance. That's all he asks for. So, for you fantasy footballers, let's take a look back at some of the highlights and some of the players who really just balled it yesterday. 3 quarterbacks, 3 scored in my league over 40 points yesterday. Only 3. Russell Wilson's on the outside looking in. Russell Wilson scored 36.22. I started him at quarterback in my league. Had I started Herbert for San Diego, I would be almost tied. Herbert yesterday, wow, what a game. I want to talk about the top 3 scoring quarterbacks in fantasy, and Justin Herbert yesterday is number 1. 41.18. Excuse me, he's number 2. He's right there with Kyler Murray, who also scored 41. But Herbert, 27 completions, 347 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 66 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown. And I watched the game, and the kid looks absolutely great. Murray, with his 41 points, 34 completions, 360 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and he rushed for 1 more rushing yard, and also 67 than Herbert, and had a rushing touchdown. So here you have both Murray and Herbert with 41 points. So I offered a trade yesterday. I got a friend of mine who's 1-5 in my league. Looks like he's going to 1-6. Doesn't look too hopeful. We have a keeper in our league. I got you on that. But for this year, you never know. I started one year 0-6 in this league, and not only went 7-0 the rest of the way in the regular season, but I won the championship. I think I was the lowest seeded team in this league to ever win a championship. And it's because I traded away players and took some chances. So I offered my friend, I wanted Derrick Henry. Offered him Herbert and a wide receiver for Derrick Henry. Turned me down cold. Don't know why. It would give him 2 really good scoring players. Better than what he has. He has Jared Goff at quarterback now. So when you're offering trades, I was trying to look at what his needs were that would make him a better team and make me a better team. And that's what trades are about, right? How can you make your team better? So there are trades you can make that make your team worse. Stay away from those. If you want advice on it, send me a message. I'll help you. The 3rd quarterback to score over 40 points yesterday, the GOAT, Tom Brady. 40.16, 33 completions.